All right, we back with the next topic. Charlie Clips on 15 Minutes of Fame. This interview is being picked up by all the bloggers. It's getting a pretty bad reaction out there. Shout out to Clips, shout out to 15 Minutes of Fame, shout out to Uncle Ra. I see what's going around. I see what's being discussed. If you guys happen to see yesterday's video, towards the end of it, I said I want to do a topic on rescheduled battles, but we was already 45 minutes into yesterday's topic, and I said I'll save it for tomorrow. So here we are. It just so happens that between yesterday and today, I see how much this Charlie Clips discussion picked up in the culture. So I'm pretty much bringing that in because it's the same thing of the topic that I really want to talk about as far as reschedules. I want to talk about the impact of reschedules. I'll touch a little bit here on the Charlie Clips specific situation as well. I want to talk about one of the biggest things that battle rap has lost. And after we get through that, I'm even going to do some reaction to Miss Hustle versus Remy Ma. All right, but we'll save that to later. Also, speaking of yesterday's video, I did see an update to that. I saw some clips going around that T-Top fronted or put up the remaining $5,000 for Loso. So shout out to T-Top. That's one of the things I said in yesterday's video. I said, I'm hearing things of Scoop on Restore Order saying things like, if the stairs didn't get built, only one stairs on, and he called the repairman over type of analogy. Should he pay? There's league stuff going on about the event dates being on the same day. And he mentioned like his own life. He has to protect all this stuff. I was just like, I'm not hearing anything about this recycled bar from Loso. You know, he made it more about T-Top and him at league to league disagreement. So I was just like, yo, pay that man. That $5,000 is old. But in this world, bosses take losses, and that puts T-Top in a bad spot. If his dealings are with Loso, then he has to front the $5,000. Unfortunately, it sucks. And then he needs to go get that $5,000 back from Scoop and then never work with Scoop again if that's what happened, pretty much. It sucks, but and it looks like that's the route that T-Top took. He paid Loso. So shout out to T-Top. That stand up. And if all the stuff that people are saying about Scoop, I would never do business with Scoop again if I was T-Top. And it is what it is. All right. But coming back to this, the rescheduled battles, disclaimer, transparency, things that I've said on this channel for years, man. I'm very, very vocal about grace. I feel like we all do it. We just don't keep it real. All right. There's certain people in the culture, if they get into some bad situations, I'm not even coming on camera to discuss those situations. That's called grace. Okay. Other people, you don't have as much grace and you just treat it like, hey, the news is the news. I don't have any feelings towards you, good or bad. You're in my news cycle. And then you got people where you totally dislike the person. It's just like, shit, I don't got no reason to protect you at all. Bad, good, let's go. You know, and that's the world of media. And people have me in their graces and some people don't have me in their graces. Some people can't wait for me to slip up on something. And I'm going to be the first topic at the top of the morning for certain people. And other people's going to avoid the topic because maybe they rock with me. I do the same thing. I just keep it real about that. And I say that because Charlie Clips is somebody that is extremely in my good grace. So this is not an easy topic for me to cover. I'm not going to go at Charlie Clips. This is one of my homies. All right. I've been transparent about this type of style for years. All right. And Charlie Clips, you did mention that you never did. Shit, it's my battle. Actually, what was it you and Jag or something? Anyway, we'll leave that alone. Like, what do you? Oh, your memory forgets your battles. I damn sure remember. Shit, I took a hit. Nah, shout out the Clips, man. Also, this isn't a disclaimer. This is real shit. You hear about the loss of life. You hear about people going through or passing away. That's why when I did my T-Top event recap, when I got down to Charlie Clips, not just because of the grace I give him, I said I ain't touching that. You know, that's out of respect for people that passed away. You know, I think the issue here, though, with Charlie Clips and why the culture is on his heels is as smart as Charlie Clips is, as good as a dude as he is. This was just like a unPR'd, unmedia trained type of interview. You know, he's saying certain things and going into certain areas and bringing up certain references that probably should have been left out of this. At a high level, the nature of the beast is that the battle rap fans, they're not interpersonal with us in regards to caring about their product based on what's going on in our real lives. And that's how it's supposed to be. Or just be personal with every fan. Tell them all your personal business. Tell them every time something's going good or bad in your life, share your family, everything. That's not what we do. You know what I'm saying? As public figures. So it is the truth. You know, you buy that Beyonce tour ticket. Oh, you know what's coming up right now? The Usher and Chris Brown tour. They're calling it R&B, right? People are gonna go crazy over that tour. If they show up to New York or the Atlanta or whatever major city show and it's canceled the day of, and let's say it's because Chris Brown got arrested or Usher's cousin passed away, those tens of thousands of fans for that particular arena, they're not going to go back home and say, oh, no, listen, Usher's cousin passed away. That's just not the relationship between performer or artist and consumer. And I think we forget that a lot. And I think that's one thing that the culture forgets too, because we're such a niche market that we forget that, yeah, people have real lives, but at the same time, we're selling a product. So you're dealing with a whole crop of people that's spending their money to make the wheels turn on this industry, this small niche industry called battle rap. And they're not supposed to be that personal with us. Can we offer interpersonal um situations to them and see and try to get favor or understandings? Sure, sure. People want to understand why, but even when you present those whys, they have to be done in a manner that people could either identify with, sympathize with, or accept. And it just so happens that Clips's interview wasn't presented in a way that is acceptable to not just the fans, but obviously even the bloggers and a lot of the bloggers that even know Charlie Clips more than the fans. So the bloggers that know him or speak to him or have spoken with him or interviewed with him, you know, have a level of relationship higher than the fans. Then if they can't accept it, imagine the fans, you know? So this is like more so common sense logic of PRing and navigating the reaction or these type of situations. This was not a good interview to do. And if you were going to do it, homie, you needed to leave certain things off the table, you know, and there's certain things that people are going to pick apart. It's like, wait, you went to the airport, or wait, you did this, or wait, you went to Harlem, or they still got at you. Obviously, I feel like this interview was also forced or pushed by the culture because of the footage of being at Goods's event, you know, the karaoke night. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not even Clips is too much of my homie for me to go at him. You know what I'm saying? It's like I fuck with this guy. It's my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like even I want to throw out reasons. And I didn't even speak to him. I want to throw reasons out for him as my guy. Like shit. Some people you can never tell somebody how to mourn. Maybe he's there at the karaoke, you know, getting things off his chest or whatever. Like when he was playing, he didn't cry for a month or 2 months after with grandma. You never know how people mourn. I'm trying because Clips is he's such a good dude. He's a good guy. He's one of the coolest niggas ever in battle rap. Um, but this one right here, you know, it just was worded bad. Um, I'm not gonna get into the weeds or the details of it. Like I said, Clips is just too much in my grace, man. It's just they're on his heels right now, and in a few days they'll be on to the next. So shout out to Clips, and once again, condolences, homie. The thing about reschedules, though, here's a big problem, and let me start here because we've heard this recently. Calico said this, even though I don't believe in everything that Calico said in his interview. I already gave my side of my perspective on that in a blog. I ain't on Cal's heels. I'm just a reference king up here. You guys know me. If you guys are in tune with all my lives and my blogs, you guys know I reference a lot. So I ain't on Cal's heels. I'm over it. I'm not thinking about it no more. But I'm gonna reference the situation if I feel like it's applicable. So, you know, when Cal said, you know, he was trying during that 2 weeks and then he ended up calling me the Friday before, or when you have this situation here, Charlie Clips in the interview, he's literally using the term he tried to push through, trying to push through, trying to push through. I'd like to offer something to the battle rap culture. This goes for leagues and this goes for battle rappers. Okay. Historically, pushing through, I think, doesn't go well, right? Historically, because if you push through and you show up and you perform, you end up with some of the examples that Charlie Clips was talking about, the poor performances. He mentioned Easy when Easy lost his moms. He mentioned him when he had losses. He mentioned other losses in the culture. And he said those people lost, they choked, they didn't have good performances, et cetera, et cetera. And what Clips is referencing there gives me the reminder that, yeah, historically that shows us something. Pushing through is not a good thing. Now, there are times when the fans, because ARP, you mentioned earlier, the fans aren't interpersonal with you like that. They don't care, Usher, that your cousin passed away. They want their show that night, right? So when you push through and you have a poor performance, that's bad for the battler. That's bad for his reputation. That's bad for his bag and his bookings going forward. The fans still got you to show up. The leagues will also ask you to push through. They will. I've had situations where I've gotten certain calls and I was just like, damn, you sure? Like, we can't get this done. Shit, I had that with the Charlie Clips and I was the Jag, right? Because Charlie Clips was in LA. He flew out there, he used the flight in the hotel. He's out there, but he's on the phone and I was just like, you sure? I was just like, and it's not even a pay-per-view. It was a full circle. And I was like, you sure? So I was nudging a little bit and then I backed off and I was like, it's cool, But there was other times where um I'm the one that took the stand with the battle rapper, like with Big K. When Big K called me, he had something going on health wise. And I told him, don't worry about it. I got it. Like we talked for a little bit. I got understanding. I knew what was going on. I had full trust in him. There was no bullshit on the phone. It was all stand up and sturdy. He doesn't have that track record at all. And I took a position of pure confidence with K. And I was just like, yo, we good. Don't worry about it. And as far as the public, I got you. I'm going to cover this, you know? And K called me back like 30 minutes or an hour later, something like that. And he was like, yo, just get me a new flight for the morning and I'm there. Fuck this. And I was just like, you sure? Like we already got off the phone and you already got from the league owner telling you it's all good. K on his own called me back and said, no, just get me a flight for the morning and I'm coming. So I've been on both sides of the equation, real talk, especially when I know it's genuine. And that's how I react. So the pushing through thing, if you try to push through and have a bad performance, we know the outcome. But here's the thing about battle rappers that end up in scenarios where the fans, the bloggers, and the leagues find out the day before, and then you're telling them you tried to push through. And that's why I referenced Cal earlier when he was on Hip Hop Is Real saying, I really tried that 2 weeks, but then I called ARP 5 p.m. Friday the day before. And Clips is saying something similar here, I think, with the Cali Smooth battle. I want to offer this to the battle rap culture. How about don't do this and do that anymore? No more attempting to push through. And even if you are trying to push through something, let the parties involved know with as much advance as possible that you are trying to push through something. Okay? Because if the pushing through because some people are going to use that for excuses. I'm not saying Clips. Okay? Some people are going to use that for excuses. Some people are going to be genuine with that. Some people are going to be trying to push through and it's actually a bad idea, but they're just having that idea on their own. Some people are going to be trying to push through and it's a good idea and everything works out. Don't do it on your own or try not to do it at all. There's so many cards that can be positively altered or addressed if leagues have as much, and fans and bloggers, as much heads up as possible. There really is not a valid excuse with 99% of the occasions that happened the day before, especially if you were pushing through something that you knew you were going through. That's why I was just like, Cal, you could have called me for the last 2 weeks. I don't get it. Nah, nobody's ever going to accept that. And as the consumers, the fans, they're not supposed to accept that either, especially the ones that aren't even in business with you, like the league owners, or not even as interpersonal with you, like let's say the league owners and or the bloggers. The fans are not even supposed to care about that at all. So the push through excuse for some people or approach for others should end. And the next time we hear it, we should, as a culture, say, bullshit. You deserve to be taken off of cards. You deserve not to be booked again for the next 6 months or whatever. Other leagues should actually do some union type of activity once in a blue and say, well, I can't endorse that either, because we see the fans and the bloggers' reactions, like, so that's what really needs to happen. This 24-hour notice of something was happening, but I brought it to a head the day before. It's just not a good way to go about things. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck wants to be engaged and then get to their fucking wedding and then find out when it's time to kiss the bride? You know what? For the last month, I wasn't feeling this. Like, what? No, you got us all. This is actually a relevant fucking example. You got all the families here, both families, friends, the bridesmaids, the grooms, the pastor, the rented place, and everybody went and got their tuxedos and dresses measured and done. And we're all here for this one moment. And now you tell us for the last 30 days or 2 weeks or 7 days, you've been having cold feet or pushing through something. Motherfucker, you could have spared me all of this. I could have brought a different woman. Nah, it's real. Pushing through is not a good thing. So 2 weeks ahead of time, 3 weeks ahead of time, 1 week ahead of time, something's going on. Sometimes it's best to cut it. Cut it. No more 20. It shouldn't be 24. How about this? Y'all drop a comment below and let us know examples of what is acceptable for a 24-hour notice or day before or day of. And God forbid, I don't want to see this happen to anybody, but you want to know what those things would be? It is a loss of family that same day that actually people find out, like, yo, my cousin or a family member or somebody close to me, period, passed away today. I can't perform tomorrow. Or passed away today. I can't perform today. Car accident. I think that's a good one. That's why Jag tried it, day of to battle swaves, but he just did too much. Car flipped over, surgery, bone out of his hip, anesthesia, home the same day. He did too much. He should have just said car accident, God forbid, or whatever. But illness is always tough because when you have the fans walking away thinking that you got sick today, or when did the sickness start, and you guys get my point. There are day of situations. And also you can't have a reputation. There's literally certain battlers that nobody, it's the boy who cried wolf shit, unfortunately, where you've had too many things happen or too many battles go awry where, God forbid, if something does happen to you, it's just going to be a stain because your reputation is bad, So no more pushing through something. It doesn't look good on the culture. It doesn't look good to the fans. And they're not going to accept that if you have the reputation or if it's coming in last minute, because they're like, if you had a heads up, we should have had a heads up, period. Okay. Reschedules. When we talk about some of the things in reschedules that are affected, I wrote a small list because you have even veteran battle rappers that want to reschedule battles. And sometimes even in their mind, what's associated with the reschedule is like only 5% of what's going on. Like somebody will say to me like, yo, you want me to fly avocado in? I'm just like, avocado is an essential piece of the equation, but the equation is 100 moving pieces. And sidebar, that's one of the shittiest things about being a good league owner, because not all league owners are created equal. All right. One of the shittiest things about being a good league owner is that if you do your job as a league owner, if you work hard as a league owner, if you coordinate all these moving pieces, the nature of event running, the nature of battle rap business is that this big equation could be broken by one small weak link over there, which means that I can be great at my job. I can be very reliable. I can be very dependable. I could be a great businessman, a good league owner, a very strong leader. But I got this one lame battle rapper or cameraman or partner in the business, whoever, that doesn't do what they're supposed to do, and the domino effect is massive in battle rap because once again, we don't promote one-offs. The whole event has all of these moving pieces and they all need to be on the same page for that fucking 8-hour window of the event, of the stream, of the pay-per-view, of the performances. And if one piece in that, it's a domino effect for everything. It's sad. It's fucking sad. That's one thing that I hate about being a league owner. It's like shit, I could do everything right, but this bullshit nigga over here, you know. So the whole thing about rescheduling, the coordinated date for all parties to be available. Me, when I coordinate a date or when I first start an event, I always start the main event. That's the first match I always lock in. Outside of that, what I'm doing is I'm locking in the date. I'm locking in the date for me. Like I owe a lot of people money now. I'm going to start writing all these contracts. I need to be there. I need to work. I need to coordinate. I need to be on the ground. I need to host. I need to moderate. I need to do all these things. So is the date good for me? Yes. Check it off. Lock it in. I am there. You can call me to be the best man in your wedding. If I put it on a calendar, I'm there. You call me to be a part of your event, I'm there. If I need to be a league owner on this particular Saturday, I'm there. It's on the calendar. I marked it off. I agreed to the date. Okay. Then I'm calling two other parties, right? That I'm putting on the level of me as far as like these are essential for even if only 50% of the battle rappers or the crowd or the fans show up, which is the pay-per-view, i.e., like let's say Rap Grid, and the camera crew, i.e., let's say Ruin Your Day, Avocado. So for this Saturday that I'm good, will you be there? Avocado looks at his calendar. He says, yes, I will be there. I'm going to put that on my calendar. That is a work day for me for Rare Breed Entertainment. Done. Your Rap Grid. I know that the stream needs to be brought up. The paywall needs to be brought up. The website needs to be monitored. You need to run and monitor the transactions. You need to be online to support fans that are buying or having issues, any errors. You need to be taking down bootlegs on the quarter lap side of things or whatever. Is your 1 to 5 people from the Rap Grid and quarter lab side, can you get these people, your staff, available for this pay-per-view date, for this 10-hour window, so to speak? They go check. They come back. They say, yes. Now I'm in a position to go run with the main event date. And anybody else that I'm trying to book has to fall in line with that date. The date is this is pay-per-view events now. It's not necessarily like a full circle. That's a little bit more flexible. Those dates, those people can't shift. If I pull myself out of that, the event is broken. Nobody's getting paid that day. If Rap Grid pulls themselves out of that, there's no pay-per-view. If Ruin Your Day pulls yourself out of it, there's no pay-per-view. Okay? And once again, ironically, I've never seen an event where ARP, Avocado, or Rap Grid called out the day before. I've never seen it. Ever. I've never seen it. Coincidence? But when I say the coordinated date for all parties, now I just talked about 3 big ones to make sure that people get paid and the stream is up and the fans have an option to see the shit or see something, whatever's going to be there, even if it's just me commentating. Those 3 pieces. Now, what about all the other pieces coordinated to that date? Let's talk about some of them. The promotion. Okay. Promotion is tied into another one that I'll save towards the end. But it's not easy to reach fans multiple times for the same rollout with the same anticipation as well. if I put for a rollout a month in front of you, what's today? Today is April 15th. April 15th, April 15th, April 15th, right? And then I gotta turn back around because some janky shit happened, and then talk about, now it's gonna be April 26th. So a lot of people that might miss that. The flyers say April 15th. The Rap Grid website says April 15th. The trailer says April 15th. The flyers that were posted by all the battle rappers and the fans and all the tweets and the retweets, the bloggers that spoke about it, April 15th. Me, everybody that have bought into that time. The promotion has to do a whole, and it's not like the promotion is able to just skirt, boom, go this way instead. This is all like a Titanic now. You know what they say about turning around large ships? Because you have all those pieces that I just mentioned already in front of everybody. And then you got a bunch of people that don't even realize that the boat is turned around. So they're still showing up for April 15th. The promotion is a big fucking deal. And janky people, it goes over their head. And this is the type of stuff that separates good business, good product, good promotion, good leaders, and good league owners. The people that care and understand this type of shit versus the people that, oh, I could just flip this switch. It's turning the big ship around. Okay. So the promotion, the crowd is tied into that. You have the anticipation of an original launch. It's like a psychological thing too. April 15th is going down, Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao, and then it doesn't happen. It's like, oh, there's going to be a percentage of that crowd that they lost the excitement. They're still going to watch it maybe, but maybe they'll even watch it differently. I'll catch the bootleg. I'll catch the highlights. I'm not going to go to the building no more. I'll buy the VOD instead of the pay-per-view. I'll wait till it drops on YouTube. There's a percentage of people that happens to. The crowd, the consumers, psychologically, you're being promoted to. That's the word promotion. You're being, we talking today? You're being promoted to. You connect with something. I connected with your promotion and your rollout and your flyers and your trailers and the face-offs and all this type of shit. I'm on a high. It doesn't happen. Even if I don't drop all the way down to the ground, I'm dropping down somewhere. That drop down somewhere results in some type of impact. But we'll just bundle it under promotion. No. There's no dollars aside, that's attached to that though, right? Fans that traveled. So it's not just the leagues or the battle rappers that could lose money. Fans could lose money too, not just their anticipation, but sometimes these people, they buy their pre-orders early. Shout out to Goods. He's got the slicks, right? He brings out a new sneaker. He's the first person to promote it and show it. It might not even be available yet. He might say, going on sale this Friday, right? Get your pre-orders or your pre-sales now. The event is a month from now. Pre-sale tickets are on sale now. Not everybody tries to buy their shit the day of. Not everybody tries to buy their shit 2 days before. Not everybody tries to pop up and buy their ticket at the door. Some people are buying pre. They're also booking flights, hotels, rental cars. Shit, I went to a million events where I purchased those things in advance. Spent $1,000 plus or whatever on hotel, flight, cars, and maybe taking off of work, all these type of things. So the fan impact is there too. And this is what I'm saying. Like, anybody that says just reschedule, they're not good business. They're not good because good business knows these things that I'm saying right now, and not only knows them, but cares about them. Janky ass niggas, B. Janky ass niggas. They don't think like this, and even if they do, they don't care. Fans, some league owners and some battle rappers don't give a fuck about y'all. You know that by now, right? Don't give a fuck about y'all. Fuck them. Don't put no money in their pocket. Fuck them. It's incredible, B. Because I've been both. I've been the fan and I've been the business side. I ain't got no fucking excuses for y'all, though. Never have. Luck. 15 years, though. It's luck. All right. Small things to y'all. The DJ is booked. The venue is booked. Speaking of booking the venue, it's not just the money. The same way I talked about Rap Grid, the league owner, and for example, Ruin Your Day and Quarter Lab, those people aligning on that date to at least be present to deliver the product, whatever product shows up, right? The venue, too. I should have mentioned that early on, too. That is one of the top things that I put in that early moving bracket as well. Because you want to reschedule. Yo, let's just do this shit next week. Shit, look at Sue Surf and Conceited, classic battle, but they had to go figure out, they had to go scramble for a venue. Look at Cassidy and Easy. They had to go scramble and sometimes you get lucky and you find a spot to go jump in. But Calico versus Ill Will, we didn't get that lucky. Let's do it in the street real quick before these fucking security guards and these police pull up and break all this shit up. Let's do it in the street. You know, the venues, they don't have booking dates. You don't got to call a venue and say, look, I want to do it April 15th. Is the spot available? And they got to look at their calendar too. And now I got to reschedule and get that. This is all, the domino effect is massive. Don't tell me you just want to fly in avocado. I spoke about the fans already. The pay-per-view costs money on both sides to turn on that day. Whether one battle happens or 10 battles happen, that costs money. Somebody's losing money or multiple parties are losing money because that pay-per-view is assigned to that day and it's brought on fucking line and bandwidth is being paid and people are being booked to work and man the site and watch orders and tend to fans. Rap Grid, they staff big, probably had like 4 or 5 people working during Max Out. They staff pay-per-view events. And that's just the Rap Grid side. Like I mentioned before, the Quarter Lab side. You also got somebody there scanning for bootlegs as well. Take that down, work on this, work on that, because they're losing money from bootlegs the same way the league is. Security guards. It's a small one, I guess, right? But they're booked. They have a date on their calendar just like everybody else. Okay? I mentioned Ruin Your Day already. I'm going to save deposits for last. Reputation ties into what I mentioned promotion wise. I want the ability as Rare Breed Entertainment. I don't know about your other janky ass leagues. I want the ability to tell you that something's going to happen and it fucking happens because you have something called consumer trust. You have something where you understand. I walked into a store for a particular product and I walked out of the store with the product that I expected. If every time you walk into a store, if every time I walk into Walmart and I buy something and when I get home and I open the box and it's broken, I'm going to think to myself, the way you guys delivery and shelving process is, you guys aren't taking care of your inventory. Every time I buy something it's broken. Yeah, you guys allow me to come back and do a full exchange or a full refund, but I'm being inconvenienced. I sat down on this, keep up with the parallels. I sat down on this Saturday with my wine and my popcorn and my food and my homies or whatever. On this day, I'm being inconvenienced. Inconvenience is tied to reputation. I'm not going to Walmart no more. Target, what's up? I'm upgrading. You guys have a inventory and a stocking process where every time I buy something from you motherfuckers, it's not broken. Reputation is the same thing in every consuming market. Here I am, a league. If I can't deliver the product that I promote for a month, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times a year, the reputation and the consumer believability is lessened every time. You know, there's money associated with that. You get into lawsuits, you put that on the table too. Loss of reputation, because there's dollars assigned to that. I've been saying that for 10 plus years behind the scenes to people. My reputation is tied to my money. Don't play with my name in this field. When I cut these cameras on because you said I did something that I didn't fucking do, some of it is my reputation that's directly tied to a dollar. It's not just I have some ego, but it's not just my ego. It's not just, oh, he's good at being on camera. He gets off at burying some of these dumb motherfuckers that play with him. Some of it is me understanding as well. If I don't make these fans understand that I didn't steal from this battle rap, or I'm not the reason why this main event didn't happen, when I do another main event, I have reduced anticipation or reputation or believability in my product. And you janky ass niggas don't think like this. That's why y'all don't care. Y'all be thinking like, oh, we'll just make it up tomorrow. It's a domino effect for real. That's why it's like, fuck it. Say it, Adam. I'm too high level good business for battle rap. I never understood how niggas move like this. I don't belong. My level of business doesn't really fit what battle rap does. It doesn't really. I'm forcing my type of business into battle rap, which is janky as shit. It's the fucking truth. Your reputation matters for your ability to sell something, you dumb motherfuckers that just think about today. It's about selling something tomorrow. Deposits. I saw Chris Unbiased say that T-Top paid the back ends to people like from Nitty, people like O Solo. Now, shout out to T-Top. Everybody does their business different. I don't do that shit. My contracts, I told y'all examples from day one, 2014. My contracts say the money moves forward. I had fallout negotiations with Murder Mook because of that clause in my contract. He read his contract like he's supposed to, and he said, wait a minute, if we go forward with this attempt to book me versus Briz, it's a real story, and Briz doesn't show up, I'm keeping my money. And if you want to rebook me versus Briz or me versus somebody else, I need a brand new scenario, brand new money to come to the equation. He has the right to stand on the way he wants to do his business. No hard feelings and negotiations. I disagree with that. And then that breaks the fucking contract. You go your way and I go my way. We'll figure something else out. I at the time, I didn't want to entrust on that booking that matchup, possibly not having an issue, and then me not having a fallback over my money being protected. All right. So deposits, if T-Top paid all the back ends, I don't believe in that. I feel like the battle rappers should have an incentive, not just because of the business, but just your mind state. There are a couple battle rappers that they're on their A game no matter what. They care too much about their craft and their fans and their performances. And then there's a million that is like, whatever, somebody, I'll book again, or I'll sit down, or I'll hide out for a week or two, and this will all blow over. There's a lot of people that don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in people getting paid in full for me not having my performance. Right. But the point that I really want to make there, I don't want to get into that topic, is that that's another piece. So, for example, Show Off is walking around right now with his deposit for Calico, and I have nothing to show for it. Now, yes, he wrapped his rounds. That footage ain't out. And it's not high view footage because there's no opponent in front of him. I know that. That's not going to do 250,000 views. Right. I know that. That's not, we don't present battle rap like that. So now all of a sudden for Show Off, they're going to take that to 1 million views. No, I know that already. So I'm not, forget Calico's deposit. I'm not even going to have the chance to make up Show Off's deposit for the way I left that event. Point being, once again, the deposits. This is all roll. Some leagues or sponsors aren't financed to the point where they can just go from one event, and then if they don't pull at least some money out of that event, it has a direct impact on what they do next. Now, we see that a lot with leagues. If this event right here doesn't scale well or have a good turnout on the back end, I go away for 6 months, or I'm one and done, or I'm out the game for, right? We see that. You think motherfuckers put these streams on, get into the green, make $50,000 and then take off 6 months? No. If I made $50,000 last Saturday putting this event on, 2 months, I'm going to do it again. Max out 1 and max out 2 might be, if it's ever happened before, y'all drop a comment. From a scaling event, from a size standpoint, and a promotional and a rollout and a main event impact standpoint, the only time that I remember seeing events of that magnitude being that close back to back We finished Cassidy and Hitman, and then I turned right back around and I said max out too. And then niggas started suing me and said we gotta slow this shit down, allegedly. Allegedly, man. Let me take my little references, man. I'm just me. But you think that's because Max Out 1 was in the red? Fucking dummies. Made a lot of money. It did very well. And the momentum of the fans being there, the battlers all being in mode, RBE's reputation, all these pieces. It's like you're supposed to strike when the iron is hot, dummy. No. I'm not. Now's not the time to go back now and do a blood, sweat, and tears. We're gonna wait a month and do Max Out 2 right now. Right fucking now. So when money is able to carry forward, that's a big impact to leagues with momentum. Other leagues, that one event takes a hit, even the money that's out, because these deposits ain't fucking coming back. Everybody knows that, right? Clean wrapped that shit to my face versus J400. It's one of my favorite haymakers in Club Drum. He said, I'm only here because I owe ARP some money and I wasn't sending it back. And the whole crowd goes crazy, including me. It's one of the funniest bars I ever got hit with. And it's clean. Like, Clean has his reputation. Shout out to Clean. You know what I'm saying? But it's clean. Like, what are we doing? Like, let's be honest, it's clean. So, come on, man. And the deposits are not coming back. So these are thousands of thousands, maybe tens of thousands, maybe $100,000 plus based on the scale of the event. That's still out there floating. That's out of people's pockets that might depend on it, might have. I don't got no plans. That's another thing too. When you're a league owner, especially like a league owner, like let's say you're a Smack, you're a Beasley, you're an ARP, you're a REM. People count your pockets too. They're like, nah, them niggas is all rich. So they could deal with that. That ain't gonna hurt them. They like, I don't got plans for my money. I've never been in a situation where I'm saying I'm gonna finish this event right here, and then I gotta get over to this other financial situation, or I gotta get this other venture, and then this motherfucker fucks this shit up right here. And now I got $50,000 that's still floating out there. Now I gotta figure out, put all that shit together that we just ran through, and put it all back together, and then push off all this other shit that I got going on. But you motherfuckers don't care though, right? That's none of your business. But it's my reality. Over about 45 minutes in. Let me say real quick about what battle rap. One of the big things that battle rap is lost. And I'm not gonna do the Rem and Miss Hustle thing either. I'm in a different vibe right now. I'm not gonna do it at all now. I'm gonna skip it because by tomorrow I just feel like it's over. Who cares? You know, it's late. I did record it yesterday and I uploaded it. I did both pieces together. And Rem's piece had a copyright on it. So shout out to what is the platform? Off the Radar. They probably are copywriting on their content. So that, that made me like, fuck. Because the way I was talking about the hustle shit was related to the way I was talking about the Rem shit. So I'm off it. I was gonna do just the hustle thing and tell y'all like, yo, I want to do the Rem shit too, y'all. Don't ask me, like, I'm not playing no favors like that or nothing, but that's getting copyrighted out there. I'm off both now. Fuck it. This shit changed my vibe. What's one of the big things that battle rap has lost? I said this behind the scenes a couple times, but let me say it here with y'all. One of the big things that battle rap has lost is its soul. People want to make it simple and just be like, in every industry, in every scenario, when money comes in, things change for the better and the worse. We all want the opportunity. We all want the elevation. We all want the financial success, but things will change with it. When you got, like, let's say a sponsor or another key player or caffeine or somebody else that's managing the money, or things will conform and change from the raw, gritty nature that maybe people first had their ideas and approach based around. It's not just that simple. because when your soul is lost, like, have you ever walked around with something in your chest that fucked you up bad? Like, let's say the loss of a loved one. How about a breakup? Nobody's had their heart broke before, men and women, right? I'm talking about something that just it changes the way you talk for a certain time period, change the way you look at things, change the way you pick up phone calls. You might be ignoring all phone calls, change the way you walk, you talk, you act. You don't want to get dressed. Some of y'all motherfuckers go through shit. You don't shave, you don't shower, you don't nothing. Just you're like a zombie. That's when your soul is impacted. The outcome of how battle rap has been over like the last three years, it has sat in people's soul in a nasty way. Battle rap has lost its soul. Now, when we start from them lunch tables and them street corners and them high school hallways and all that, there's no money involved. It's all pride. It's all status. It's all bragging rights. It's all gritty, and then it starts getting monetized as it should. People should be paid for their efforts and their hard work and their talents and their abilities to bring this type of stuff in front of the fans. You know, it really is the business of battle rap, the unreliability, the unprofessionalism that has snatched the soul out of such a pure, beautiful art form. It snatched the soul out of it. The reliability of it, the dependability of it, like I said, the roller coaster bringing fans up to a certain point with a promotion and then dropping them down. The soul is gone. The soul is gone. It doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel dependable. It doesn't feel strong. It doesn't feel cool like it used to. You know how many people I'm one of the original on the ground people. You guys know that about me. You know how many people were at those events and it was just like it wasn't about no money. It wasn't about no, oh, I gotta see this particular battle. It was like it's not even easy to explain the energy of battle rap. It was like this is hip hop. This is us. This is culture. Culture is a part of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is shit. I got my Culture Kings hat on by accident. Real shit. Now you know how many of those same people where you go to an event, God forbid they wasn't there. Them motherfuckers ain't going to events no more. They don't care no more. Yeah, regulars, state to state, regulars. They don't care no more. You know how many people were regulars buying pay-per-views? They ain't buying them no more. They don't care no more. The soul from the fans to the battle rappers to the league owners has been snatched out of battle rap. And I think bad business and shitty business practices and unprofessionalism is a big piece of snatching the soul out of battle rap because it's not something that happens once or twice and then people can get over it or rebound from it. It's something that consistently happens so commonly and the soul never even rebounds. It never even repairs. So we're all just like this. And that becomes the news cycle. That becomes the commonality. That becomes even the new selling point. The new selling point is controversy in battle rap. It once was the battles. It's the last full battle that y'all watched. For me, it's Ill Will versus Remedy Loco. It's out now on the RBE channel, but it's an RBE battle. So, of course, I watched it. We just dropped it like 2 days ago. All right. Outside of that was the last battle that I watched, full battle. It was probably somebody's live stream that I bought. All right, let me take that off of the table. Outside of buying a pay-per-view, when's the last time you could say within a month you've randomly watched 3 battles that were on YouTube? It's been years for me to just have a random month in the year and just say, yo, I heard that this dropped, or they say that this is good. And I watched 3 of them bitches on YouTube with my time, with my spare time. The soul is gone. The connection is gone. I watch that for what? Catch some fucking some highlights, or maybe tune into the bloggers, see what they say about it. You know, if that don't happen, if I don't get that hit of energy, all the bloggers and fans, you gotta watch that. That's a must watch. I don't randomly watch battles anymore. I used to randomly watch up and comers. Used to randomly watch mid tiers or whatever. You damn near got to be a God tier or Mount Rushmore or super main event for me to watch it on YouTube these days. The connection is gone for me. And I'm the guy that believes in blood, sweat, and tears. It's not even about your stature. It's just about, are you nice? You got a lot of nice niggas that I'm not watching because the connection is gone. The soul is gone. It's just, drop a comment below. Is it just me? Or can a bunch of people that's watching this video, do y'all feel the same? Am I tripping? Do y'all be like, yeah, man, me too? I'm curious, man. You know, drop a comment. Let me know. Let me know if you feel a big disconnect between you viewing battle rap. And if so, does it feel like that? Like, drop an in the chat. Drop a EHHH, 3 H's. Drop an in the chat. Man, listen, what's today? Wednesday? Y'all have a good day. I'm out of here. We'll talk more soon.
Don't confuse silence with work ethic. I'm a boss making decisions, my first fetish. The verse cherished is perfect, that's a reverse blemish. I dropped it, connected the block, learn Tetris.
One of the toughest characters ever to bulldog his way
Welcome
into
to the house
your
of. And shout out to them.
Still got a gun.